Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, November 11th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with the daily chart, kind of the big picture. We zoom in, I don't know if we will in post editing or not. I don't know if we need to, but last Wednesday we gapped above and closed above this 280.99 rising channel top, which indicated the 320.26 channel top, which we clearly tested last Friday and even closed above by a degree. And as long as now 320.26, I'm going to backpedal just a little bit. 320.26 on the weekly chart, which also has relevance as a support and resistance level, that comes in at 321.75. So I could go back and forth and show 320.26 right here, lower right on your support resistance column. I call that weekly containment. And then the weekly chart also shows the same exact formation at 321.75. So I'm kind of nuancing this. We closed 321.22. And if we open today above 321.75, I do see 336.82 in reach. On the way up, of course, we have last Friday's high of 328.71. We're just offering that as an intraday pivot point that if pushed or opened above should yield that 337.31 formation. Once again, 337.31 is on the daily chart, what we find on the weekly chart at 336.82. So it is about a 50-cent range, and because it's so significant, because it goes back to January of 23, almost a 2-year structure, that we do need to throw in a 1% margin on a settlement above 336.82. That is the weekly chart. That would technically be a Friday settlement at 340.18 or higher, would indicate bullish continuation. I wouldn't expect you to wait that long. I do think that if we close even above the daily chart at 337.31, but I think using the 340.181% margin is a valid approach. If you're trading during the week, you're looking at going long and getting in early on a long-term play to the upside, and there is plenty of more where that came from. If we close above 337.31, this is a weekly chart, and this is what I would expect. And this is really, a Friday settlement. I do like the Friday settlements. If we close above this level by a 1% margin, 340.18 today, Monday, I think you should at least exit a short position that you may establish in that vicinity. In the mid to upper 330s, you should exit any long position with a settlement at 340.18 or higher on a day-to-day basis during the week. And you can, if you're an aggressive trader and you want to get in early on a continued blast to the upside, you can go long, but you're all in my opinion, with a Friday settlement of 340.18 or higher. That clarifies a long-term buy signal that should yield the 414.49 November 21 all-time high. This, with present volatility, could be within 1 to 3 weeks, but this volatility is not going to sustain. And I think if we get back to the more sort of moderate volatility, and I don't want to use the word moderate volatility with Tesla because it does have a high volatility aspect to it. So closing above 336.18 or 82, I would expect 414.49 within about 2 to 3 months. And this 499.39 level would be anticipated as the next long-term target. This could be within 3 to 5 months. It could take longer, but I'm going to go with 3 to 5 months. I think within 2 to 3 months, we double top maybe for a week, maybe for the better part of a month at 414.49. And if we close above 414.49, this could be just a kind of a 2 to 3 month rally in itself. So yeah, 499.39, that could be the middle of next year, for instance, and then accelerated with a settlement above 414.49. But I will say, last thing I'm going to say about this chart, that if we close above 336.82 on Friday by a 1% margin, it is get long, stay long through the rest of the year and into Q1, expecting 414.49 as our quick near-term objective. But longer term, I will continue to talk 499.39 as our big picture objective if we close the week above 336.82. Let's go to the downside here. This is the daily chart, 320.26 as that formation. And if we open below 320.26, I do think this market can ease back to 306.99 today. That is the steeply rising channel top that we pushed through on Friday. I see it as just an intraday support level, but it could contain selling for the balance of the day. Bottom line, if we close today below 320.26, I see 399.29 in reach reach within 1 to 3 days, and that is a level, that July high, that can contain session weakness. We might even bounce here through the rest of the week. But over the longer haul, and what I mean is over the next few weeks, if we do close back below 320.26 today, you should allow for the low 280s. And with present volatility, this could be within 3 to 5 days. But once again, the volatility we saw, especially last Friday, is not going to continue. It'll contract into a more normal, methodical framework. So normally, if we were to close below 320.26, I would call this kind of a 2 to 3 week target. And that may ultimately be what it is. But let's just call it by the end of next week or sooner. If we close below 320.26, this 280.99 formation in reach, and this could, 280.99, contain selling through December. And from here, we can round back up because it does correlate with all of these highs. I just think this is this 280.99, I actually have it as a 4-star support level. I do believe that this is your sort of a stick your neck out and buy Tesla on weakness through the rest of the year, then expecting 3 to 5 weeks upward continuation to 337.31. 320.26, I have it weighted as 3 stars, but with present volatility, it really more or less deserves a session containment, quite honestly. But I have it as a 3-star support because I just want to drive home the point that if we close today below 320.26, I think your low 280s are now a 1 to 2 week objective. On the way down, the 299.29 July high, a respectable day support level, well suited for day traders and perhaps 3 to 5 day swing traders. Once again, if we close today not only above 320.26, but the weekly channel top at 321.75, our 336.82 to 337.31 level in reach this week. And as I just mentioned, if we open today, Monday, above 321.75, I see 336.82 in reach today. I mean, there may be a little hesitation on Friday's high of 328.71, but not a great deal. I think if we open above not only 320.26, but the weekly chart, same channel top at 321.75, 337.31 in reach, where profits can be taken on long positions that may have been established over the last few days or the last few weeks. This is a big test for the market. This is an area you can short sell. I can finish, I think, with this chart here. This is what's possible. Some variation of this, this 6, 8 month, 9 month channel bottom. If we test 337.31, we could ease back within 2 to 3 months, all the way back to what is now 220.94, but climbing, into the 250s over the next couple of months. So I wouldn't expect 220.94, but some variation of this channel structure would be anticipated as an objective if we test 337.31. So I don't want to neglect making that point. For those of you who like to trade the big picture, this is a big, big test. This is an area, 336.82 to 337.31, that just might contain buying through the first quarter of next year. And within 2 to 3 months of testing it, we can fall back to this rising channel bottom that'll be in the 250s at the turn of the year. So it really is more like a 250s, 260s target if we were to test 337.31. So much so that as we test 337.31, if you're so inclined, you're going to get a good price then, obviously, on those 250 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. I would go 6 months out on that 2 to 3 month time horizon dynamic. Once again, though, if you did buy those 250 strike puts and over the next few days later in the week, we close above 336.82, buy the full 1% margin, get out of the puts and reach for 415 strike out of the money calls that don't expire for at least 6 months on a 2 to 3 month play to the upside. Or if you like to play the long term, you're either long Tesla through the rest of the year and well into 25, or you might reach for 500, 510 strike out of the money calls that don't, you'd go at least a year out on this. This could be a 3 to 5 month blast to the upside, as I said earlier. It could also stretch into the second half of 25. So, I'll let you be the judge of that if you want to go out options that expire a year or more out. In any event, I think I've made all my points. I'm pushing 10 minutes. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial, 2 stock picks a week, daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis. You want to see the triple Q right now. It's in a big, big area. And in my opinion, trading Tesla and the triple Q and watching the triple Q at the same time is a great way to sort of understand sustained rallies and sell-offs. In any event, I am done. I just hit 10 minutes. I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesday's Tesla report. You have a great day.